Hello everyone, this is Linda Middleton. Now that we've had a chance to get to know each other in our discussions, I wanted to take a moment to look at our first assignment. You'll notice in the menu bar to the left side of your class page, there's a list of everything that's available to you. All assignments are listed for the semester, so if you click on assignments, it will take you to a list of everything that we'll be working on. You'll notice that they're listed in order of what's due next. So as you scroll down, you'll see due dates on each assignment. The first actual assignment that's coming up is assignment number 1. In order to open it, you just need to click on assignment number 1. And then the document is here and it's underlined in blue. If we click on it, it will open up the document that you need to view. It opens up in Word, so make sure that you have access to Word on your computer. And you can actually open it and enable editing and make sure that you save it before you type into it. What you will be completing is a document that will show you, when you look at it, the differences in ratios and definitions and staff qualifications and space requirements for Title 22 and Title 5 programs. As you've read through the information defining what a Title 22 center is and what a Title 5 center is, you will notice that not only do they have different definitions of who must follow each regulation, but they also have different recommendations, or actually requirements, for ratios, definitions of age, and also staff qualifications. What you'll be doing for this is just creating an easy to follow chart so that when you aren't sure what you should be following, you can just look at this and see. So for example, I started this with how you will be typing into the document. So when you look at your Title 22 regulations, and you'll see access to those on our class site, how you get to that document, you'll look and find out what is the definition of an infant in Title 22. We know it starts at birth. How old is a child need to be still be considered an infant? And then you'll also want to know what the teacher and adult ratio is. Again, all of this is posted on your class site. This is not information that you should have to do any additional research for, but however, you do need to open each document on the course site to find this information. You will notice that Title V has a different definition of what an infant is, and they also have different ratios of how many adults and children can be in the classroom and how many children can be in each group size. You'll notice on Title 22 that there is what's called a toddler option, so you'll need to research that in the documents that I've given you. And then Title 5 has a toddler age and ratio. The same thing, preschooler, you're going to have a different age and ratio for preschoolers. Let's go ahead and take time to look at what school age is. And then mixed age means, are you able to mix ages? Can you put infants in the same classroom with 3-year-olds, for example? So you'll want to see what that information is for Title 22 and what it is for Title 5. As we get down to staff qualifications, again, there are different qualifications for a director in a Title 22 program than for a director in a Title 5 program. I've given you links to the California Department of Education permit requirements. However, if you list a permit requirement, also list the minimum education requirement to get that permit. So for example, if a teacher permit requires at least a bachelor's degree, then you want to put that in there. That's not correct, but I need you to just put in the minimum qualifications. You don't need to copy and paste all of the possible qualifications. You'll notice there is no site supervisor, associate teacher, or assistant teacher definition in Title 22. However, they do have a director, a fully qualified teacher, and an aide. So that is that person who cannot be left alone with children, but still qualifies within the ratios. Title V has definitions and qualifications for each one of these titles. Lastly, you will want to look at the indoor space, outdoor space, and bathroom requirement. You don't need to list everything to do with indoor outdoor space. Basically, we're just looking for the square footage required per child and the number of toilets and sinks required in each program. I did give you a hint. I do want you to fill out both sides, Title 22 and Title 5, but make sure you read this hint. Okay? Also remember many of these assignments will have two parts. The first part is completing the chart, but part 2 is actually completing a one-page paper. So this paper is not, again, for you to do additional research. It's to make sure that you've read and understand this handout. So in the class resources, there's a handout called The Analysis of Title 22 and Title 5 Regulations. You'll read that handout. It will give you quite a few differences in Title 22 and Title 5. I need you to choose 3 that you feel are most important. And these cannot include the differences we've already discussed on the chart. So I don't want to hear the differences in ratio and age, staff qualifications, or space requirements. Instead, in that document, you will read through all of the other differences, the programming differences, and you'll choose 3 and just put them into your own words. And don't copy and paste from the paper, but actually take the time to read them and make a decision on which 3 you feel it's most important for you to know. So at this point, it doesn't really matter if you will be directing a Title 22 center or a Title 5 center. We want you to know the differences in these programs and the differences in the regulations that they must follow. So I hope that helps. If you have any other questions, please let me know. Thank you.